So Jack Doherty represents pretty much everything that I think is wrong with content creation and society for that matter in 2024. I've been wanting to speak on this broader subject for a while now, but I've been kind of careful because I haven't wanted to go after other channels or put people down, because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to make it as content creators and take care of our family and friends and things of that nature. But this kind of has crossed the line for me and is something that I've wanted to speak on. So for a while now, I've been observing this behavior from content creators where any content is viewed as good content. So whether it be, going in a restaurant and disturbing the staff, causing a fight, getting arrested, whatever it is just viewed as, hey, let's get clicks and let's monetize the content. And I hate that. I'll be super honest. For a long time, I used to watch streamers and content creators, and I feel like the old internet, which I know makes me sound old, was kind of fun and pranks used to be relatively harmless. But now we have this advent of creators who are being destructive not only to themselves, but to society as well. And I feel like we have to do something about it, to be honest. So a few days ago, Jack Doherty, a content creator who represents all the things I pretty much just said, was in a car crash. And it wasn't just the crash itself that was causing a lot of stir on the internet. It was kind of how the crash occurred and what happened after. So I will show the crash, but I will tell you guys it's going to be muted because there's music blaring that would get me DMCA'd, which means that this video would get taken down most likely. And he's also cussing throughout the video. This is a pretty family-friendly channel, and so I don't do that. So I'm going to show the clip, but it will be muted. So as you guys can see from the video, there's so much wrong. This is pretty much everything you don't want to do while you're driving. So he is speeding while it's raining. He's texting while driving. He's streaming while driving. He's breaking like 3 or 4 or 5 laws all at once. And it's just completely degenerative and terrible that he would do this in the first place. But the thing that got people really mad is that after the crash, we see his cameraman, whose name I believe is Michael. That's what I heard from the clip. And if we take a look at Michael at a clip here, he's got blood gushing from his nose, from his face. When I'm assuming all this came from an airbag. So whenever you get into a crash, obviously airbags deploy. They're very violent. And a lot of times they can cause like broken noses. They can cause concussions because, again, they are meeting a force that is going very, very fast with a force that's coming at you now very fast in an airbag. And it can cause a lot of damage. And so from just that and the crash as well, this guy might have a concussion, he might have a broken nose, he might have some broken bones, broken ribs, a broken leg, like who knows, right? This guy is clearly in a lot of pain. And so what does Jack do? This is a guy who I'm assuming Jack calls at least his friend because it's his cameraman. I'm assuming he's someone he would call his friend. And Jack in this shot, I'll show you guys, pretty much just hands him the camera and says, dude, just keep filming. And that is such a level of disrespect and just showing a complete lack of care for your friends that I think it's angering, it's sad, but again, it speaks to this overall issue where any content is good content. So what Jack's doing is he's realizing that he's in an environment that is going to create clips and views and everything else, and so he's saying, dude, here you go, make sure we're still filming because we can get money from this. And it's just the wrong thing that we are rewarding in content creators in 2024, and it just drives me insane. And after all this, there was a lot of backlash, and I saw a tweet today actually that showed what he's been up to since the crash. I was hoping he would have some remorse or maybe apologize for endangering the lives of his friends and other people. But apparently he's been filming showing behind the scenes content, and now he's promoting his OnlyFans. Which is just such a unique level of being weird and just shows just a complete lack of respect for anybody around him. And my general concern, my general frustration with something like this is if someone wants to not value the life of themselves, I find that sad, but I can somewhat be okay with the logic of that. But if someone wants to endanger other people, that's where I have a problem with it, right? That's where the huge problem comes in. So this crash, while it doesn't seem to have affected him at all, or he didn't seem to even think about anybody else around him, he could have easily ran into a car full of a family on vacation. A mom who just pulled a 12-hour shift, just going home, to see her child, could have taken her from this earth. And that's the part that really, really upsets me and makes me mad and makes me want to speak out about something like this. The backlash was very, very harsh. I'll show some of the tweets and then I'll give some of my thoughts. Someone here said, heartbreaking news, Jack Doherty found alive after his car crash at the age of 20. And this tweet had like close to 300,000 likes, which is insane for Twitter. And then I saw where the Act Man said, "You are the only person on this planet who is glad you're okay." And again, I want to emphasize that I'm not rooting for this guy to be taken off of the earth or anything like that, but the clear disregard for other people, the clear disrespect towards his friends and everyone around him. I'm someone who very much values free speech. I'm not someone who roots for deplatforming people of either side of a political spectrum. But when someone is this degenerative, he was actually banned from Kick, which to be banned from Kick is quite the accomplishment. Kick is a platform that it kind of hosts like the worst of the worst. I'm just being honest. I'm no offense. I'm sure there's some nice people on there. But I've seen such bad content on Kick, people doing such bad things that to get actually banned from Kick is sort of an accomplishment. And at this point, if I'm being super honest, I would love to see this guy deplatformed on every platform, whether it be Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, any form of content that he can monetize. I would love to just see him taken off of it for at least 5 to 10 years. Just let him think about it. Let him go out there in the workforce and work an actual job. Let him go work at McDonald's for a week and see if he values human life just a little bit more. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is a very frustrating situation. And hopefully going forward, we see something that can curb this kind of behavior.